and welcome again to Mega March. Today we are joined with Zach from Grab Shiny.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we watched episode 6,
About space.
Mega Man in the Moon.
In space.
So I guess let's just jump into it, because this was quite an episode.
It was
Yeah.
very weird. Like, the episode starts and...
There's that little girl. Is she
Yeah,
like a
girl.
reoccurring
Like-
character, or is it just for this episode?
No,
No,
it's just this episode.
Okay.
like, first going in, you're like, oh, what are they doing here at this base? And who is girl? They're talking to her as if they know her.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they treat
she's
her
just
like
petting
she's
on
not.
Rush. Like, just like it's cool to pet someone's robot dog like that.
Well, they established that Dr. Light used to work with her dad, so at least she's not just a stranger, but still, give her an introduction aside from...
Yeah.
Hey,
I guess it isn't really needed because you can use context clues, but it is weird. Because it's
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
not how
Yeah.
characters are introduced, you know?
Yeah, it feels like I missed an episode.
And even if, like, you're a kid, you're still gonna wonder, like, who's that girl? Like,
Yeah.
what? She's not Mega Man. I want Mega Man. I don't want
She's
girl.
not a
Well,
Mega Man.
You can tell she's smart because she wears glasses.
I know. I take offense to that.
Why? Because you wear glasses and you're not smart.
Oh.
Oh god, she's beating me up.
All my signature slaps.
But so doesn't the episode actually start with the bad guys in space before it shows the space station?
No. So they go into that factory or whatever, the building, to load all the equipment.
Oh
onto
yeah,
the,
okay,
truck.
okay. It starts with the bad guys.
Well, I mean, it does show like them in the crowd, which
Yeah, okay.
to try to
yeah.
introduce the characters, but then it goes to that immediately.
Yeah, because
then-
I just wrote down first Crystal Man.
Yeah.
It's cool to see him. Good choice.
My big thing was like right away it showed like some robots lifting all those heavy containers.
Uh-huh.
And there's just like this human guy that lifts one just with ease and puts it on the back of the truck. I'm like, is this the only human working in here? Like, he's
my
strong
God.
as
Well, you know, they took our
Crazy.
jobs.
Yeah.
But and then it starts off strong with a pun because Gutsman just goes to one of the worker bots. He's like, "Time for you to punch out!" He throws him in a locker
And
then he
punches
punches the locker.
for good measure.
Get out.
Well, he punched out.
That guy is either dead or he's just never getting out.
Yeah. The door is forever jammed.
It's just a pun that made sense on its own, and then he made it make more sense. I'm so happy.
And then you just
Yeah.
laugh.
And then they take that truck and they go out. And then like
Yeah.
the little girl just jumps out. And
I
like I was like,
know.
okay, this is a little weird, but maybe she'll wait on the side, like not in the
Yeah.
way of the truck. She jumps right in front of that truck.
No one
like they
even
weren't gonna
tried to
run her
stop
over.
No one even tried to stop her.
Terrible.
Like-
crossing the streets.
Yeah, Mega Man also just like runs around out there. I'm like, is there no security out here to keep people from just running out and doing whatever they want during this very important
Yeah,
space launch?
Yeah, especially because this is a world where, you know, like on a weekly basis, Wily is attacking. You know,
You'd think
Like-
places would have security.
there would be TSA everywhere.
Yeah, exactly, but no. So they think something's weird up, and Mega Man goes to investigate, and that's when we actually see Crystal Man doing like the slowest attack in history, giving Mega Man like a countdown. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you. 3, 2, you gonna move? You gonna move? 1.
But then, Cutman cuts that pipe and it shoots steam that pushes Mega Man forward, and then Gutsman punches him.
That
That's
part was
teamwork.
awesome. I was like,
That was
oh, they're actually like
Mama.
good sometimes.
Yeah, they're not jobbing, not yet.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But then they go up into outer space because, of course, they do. You know, Wily's properly trained for space travel.
Of course, man.
I mean,
Also
this happens.
Proto Man.
This happens after Mega Man 2 Game Boy, which is, you know, it ends in space.
Yeah. Did you find it weird to see Proto Man wearing his helmet underneath a space helmet.
Yes. Oh my god. Like, why?
It was so funny.
That's like how Pro Man wears shades under his shades. You know, he's always styling.
He's got like the tanning shades under his sunglasses. That's the only way that his helmet.
He's got to be the most prepared guy ever. He has 2 of everything.
He didn't want to get helmet hair, so he wore his helmet.
Oh no, I got helmet again.
Oh, yeah, and you're talking about how like the whole they didn't really go into space before that, because I don't think those games were out, right? Like Mega Man 5 probably wasn't out on the Game Boy. Maybe it was, but like they didn't use Rush to go into space. He gets a rocket pack from Dr. Light.
Because of course he has one, and it's the best thing. It's just like
it's amazing.
A rocket pack, it will take you to space.
Also, how does Mega Man not have melty legs? Because that freaking jetpack was huge.
Yeah, it was
like,
really close to him.
Yeah, like how does he not have melted legs?
Yeah, you think it'd be mounted like at least a little bit further away on his back, but it is right on him.
Or it'd be like longer to go past his feet.
Oh yeah, speaking of his feet, remember he got his foot stuck? Like, how did that happen? Like, he fell from like very far, and then all of a sudden when he goes to run to stop it, he just jams his foot like crazy underneath it.
It was
door handle.
It was like a hand. Well, I mean, it's Mega Man 8 all over again. It's when Mega Man's fighting Base.
Oh, and he gets his buster
arm
stuck.
Caught in like cables. And he's like, "Oh, I'm done. I can't beat you, Mega Man. You rascally rabbit."
You know, I never played Mega Man 7 before 8. 8 was like the first time I saw Base. I was just like, this guy's so cool. And then he just gets jobbed and just like, this is silly. I hope he comes back to maybe, I don't know, redeem himself. And he just never shows up again. I was like, what is this?
He's a boss fight in Mega Man 8.
Is he? Is he
Yes.
though? In the PlayStation 1?
Yes, he uses the treble boost.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
We may have to discuss this offline
I'm
after this episode, but...
And 50%, 100 billion% sure, because he uses the evil energy, and he says, "Come on, Treble!" And then they form together.
Yeah, and then he turns into this rad, like, angel dude with purple.
But that was in 7.
Yes.
That was in
Even
7,
I
though.
know. I'm clearly not smart.
I don't know.
Where you were going.
I'll have to look at this later. But
I'll send it to you. But here's a picture of it. Wow, isn't that cool?
Amazing.
Cool.
My first introduction to Base was Power Battles. Like, I saw that on an arcade in a Walmart. Oh man, that defined my childhood.
I love Power Battles.
By defined it, I mean it happened while I was a kid.
But
So anyway, the bad guys are in space.
Playing cards.
Playing cards, and then
Gutsman is like,
the cut man, cut the cards!
okay, snip.
He just
cut the cards!
he ruins everything. He ruins everything.
Well, you know, he really wanted to play a 104 card pickup.
Oh no.
52 is just too easy.
And then like they go like to that space station and they're getting fired upon. Gutsman jumps out like with his rocket, lands, and he's just dodging lasers after lasers. I was like, whoa! And then he takes the railing and like just destroys like 4 guys in space. I was like, this is amazing. You're so cool. Why aren't you cool like this all the time?
Well, it's because he's not hindered by gravity, even though there's like so much moon gravity later on.
That's true.
Like, but you know, the space physics in this episode, 100% accurate.
Oh god. And then like
because like they're talking to each other and
it's true.
Everything's falling.
I was like, how can they hear him?
Oh yeah, like when Wily's talking in his suit and like everything, and you're like, everything's just so clear. And I get it, it's a show. You wanna hear, but
then I thought, well, you know, they're robots, so they're probably like beeping and clicking and stuff.
Well, like Wily talking to the robots makes sense because it can just be feeding directly into, you know, like talking into like a walkie-talkie, you know, like going directly into their heads.
Yeah,
but them talking to him, like
maybe it's the same way.
But them talking to like, you know, the guys that they're fighting, I don't know how that's working.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Crystal Man communicates by blowing people up. I remember that ragdoll.
Did you see when he blew up those 4 guys at once, and that
One goes straight up.
second dude from the left is straight up flies away.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I had to rewind it and watch it again. It was so funny.
It's funny that Crystal Man just sounded like a sleazy car salesman.
Oh yeah.
What a voice!
It was so good. It's probably my favorite voice so far. It is great.
It was funny.
Oh god.
So, if we rewind a little bit, the girl ended up on the spaceship,
Oh yeah, she snuck on.
and then like, first of all, she was fine during the whole thing.
I guess she just knows how to like put on the suit to make sure they're air locked tight and everything.
Which,
Yeah, but
that girl had to be like 7. Like, how in the world?
You have to go through months of training to even do that.
Yeah,
but she's like, I went with my dad to bring your daughter to work day, and that was enough, I guess.
Dude, that's the hidden backstory. You gotta watch that in the DVD version. See, I didn't know all that information.
In the exclusive
It's
extra footage Blu-ray.
only in the European.
That would
version.
be the worst extra footage ever.
That you have to DLC the additional content.
No, my dad works for Mega Man. It's all legit.
Oh god. And then like, remember when they get locked out? And Gutsman goes to punch the door down, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna punch the door down. And the entire wall comes down. I was like,
was so
whoa,
funny.
he's just on a roll this episode. Like,
Yes,
Gutsman
he
is just the #1 character right now.
Yes.
That's
And,
until,
you know,
like... Oh, what?
I was calling this episode just Jetpacks the episode. Because everybody's just flying around having a good time.
Everybody. Mega Man even uses it as a weapon at one point. Just ramming into Gutsman.
Yeah, I mean, Mega Man uses everything as a weapon.
Oh.
It was so good.
And then that guy, they found him because they needed the passcode, because the laser thing was protected. And he tells Wily, he's like, you need your head examined if you think I'm gonna tell you that. And I was just like, I don't know why, it was just so funny to me when he told me he needed his head examined. I was like, oh, sick burn. It was amazing. And then, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, like, Tina, the little girl, comes from Wily's direction and gets caught. Not the direction of the ship. She just somehow bypassed them and gets grabbed.
I saw that. Like, how does that even make sense?
Yeah, like, she didn't sneak past them. They literally, like, she hid, and they left to where their position was. So there's no way she could have gotten past them. And yet she comes behind Wily.
Camera change.
It was so weird.
Did you notice that when, like, the whole story just kind of jumbled together for me, so this might be out of order, but when Mega Man flies in, it just, Tina, that's her name, right? Tina?
Yeah, the little girl.
Tina's not even surprised to see Mega Man. Like, she didn't know he was coming. He just lands in front of her, and she's like, oh, hey. You know,
How's it going? Sorry I messed everything up.
help my dad. That is one thing I liked when she was like, "Oh, this is all my fault."
Yeah.
And in like a lesser kids show, like Mega Man or the main character would have been like, "Oh no, it's not your fault. You did what you could." But in this one, like, I think it was a really kind of mature thing, where Mega Man was like, "There's no time to worry about who's to blame. We need to figure out how to get out of this." And there's lots of good character moments, like that, especially for Mega Man throughout the series. Because it's just like, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, he's a very, like, get to the matter,
He's real.
say his puns, and then gets work done.
Yeah, pun and done. I like it.
And then they have, like,
that was the original subtitle for the show.
Oh, no. That'd be awful. But then, like, Wily, he was threatening the UN, and there was also, like, a bomb on the spaceship station. Yeah. And, like...
Man, Wily was psychotic in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, this was just straight up, like, terrorism.
You have an hour before this bomb goes off.
I remember. He looked at his buster to tell time. I don't know how he figured out the amount of time left. Like, remember he's like, it's gonna go off in like a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 30 minutes. That's right. When Rush
like,
gets there, he's like, there's only like a minute left. And I'm like, oh wow, what happened to time?
Rush took
I
a while,
know.
but
And
I
then
mean,
Rush got sick.
right? Yeah, Rush was getting space sick, probably throwing up his energy biscuits.
Aw.
Yeah, it almost took away from like the tension of less than a minute.
Yeah,
It's just him being like,
yeah.
Mega Man's just like the only real person in that scenario. He's just like, we're gonna die.
Like
Yeah.
Tina wasn't freaking out, or nothing.
Roll was fine. Mega Man was
Well-
just like, Rush is gonna
Oh my
fail us,
God.
and everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be dead.
He's like, we're done for. There's no uncertain terms. Like, we're done. But then, like, he finds the bomb, which was disguised as a fire extinguisher, which is
Yeah.
pretty smart place for a bomb.
I remember because like Proto Man grabbed it earlier, and I was like, "Where's he going with a fire extinguisher?"
Yeah, I remember
Oh, I
that.
didn't even notice that.
I remember that because Wiley's like, "You'll handle it," and Proto Man's like, "Don't I always?"
Yeah, it was very subtle on what he
Subtle,
was
yeah.
doing, which is really cool.
I didn't even notice that. Good
Yeah.
job, show.
And then after that, Wily was, like I said, threatening the UN, and he shows off the laser, and he shoots like this body of water, which, like, for one, how'd they even get the camera shot to show the UN there? You just picked a random spot. I know, they'll see this spot. And shoot it.
Wily has cameras everywhere. Like, you notice in the show that he can see everything at any time, so he probably just
That's
had one of
probably
his
true.
cameras.
Maybe he had like a
"Here,
little
look at this."
recon robot over there doing camera
Yeah, it's gotta be
work.
something.
But like, why didn't he shoot like an asteroid or something? Something that shows it blowing up. Like the water just flying up in the air, I felt like detracted from like the impact of it.
Hey, if you can lift up an entire ocean,
I mean, yeah, it was like pretty waterless afterwards.
because it like all tornadoed away.
Yeah, I'd still be
But-
scared, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then Mega Man gets shot with a laser, and he's done.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he lost a life.
he just got downed. And then they were gonna kidnap Roll and Tina, and Roll's like, "Run, Tina, just find somewhere to run." I'm like, "Where is she gonna run? She's gonna run out of oxygen. That's what she's about to do." And then like all of a sudden, plot, and she gets told to save Mega Man.
Yeah.
And then like the best part, Crystal Man comes in. He's like, "I got you now." And Mega Man's like, "And I got your powers."
Yeah, he's like, "I
Puts
got
on
you
his
now."
sunglasses
That
and then
was so
snatches
funny.
that.
So smarmy.
And he only just shoots him in the chest, and then that's
And
it.
then,
for
his,
Crystal Man.
and then his arm gets blown up.
Yeah, it blows his arm off. Well, his chest is connected to his arm.
Oh my god.
Connected to his arm.
I was thinking that Quickman should have also been in this episode, just for the instant kill laser that hit Mega Man.
Oh.
It's
like,
that's all.
I'll
I've
make a
got there.
level out of that later. That's what I'll do.
Hmm.
But fixing Mega Man after he loses a life, just push a button.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too, and then I kind of thought more about it. I was like, well, why isn't it just like automatic or something? Why does there have to be why can't there be both? That would fix everything, really. But
Maybe
what if it
was
gets
automatic
fried?
and it got,
Yeah,
knocked out of whack.
exactly. And then he had to that would have been better to say or explain than other than just it's just a manual thing. We just do it to fix them. It's like, well, what if people
maybe
prevent
that's
you
how
from
mine-
doing that?
Maybe that's how he knew instantly. When he saw what was wrong.
That's
he's
true.
Like,
You got to do this. That would make sense. He's a smart guy.
he is.
And
But,
being the smart guy, he thought about the satellite and redirecting it.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Before we get there, Wily gets the UN to surrender, and
Right.
then Dr. Light pulls rank, and he's like, "I'm not gonna let them surrender."
General, don't listen to him. Pretty much.
Just like he ends up on the camera, like he cuts off, the German guy, the German representative that's speaking for the UN.
They
He's
were
like, "I
probably
won't let them
terrified.
Surrender, damn it!
They're like, oh my god, this old guy with his big beard, he's gonna get us all killed.
Doomed us all. What do you have to say for yourself?"
I tried. No, just blows up the earth. Like, Mega Man goes to do the plan or whatever, and then puts pipes in front of the door. And Gutsman all of a sudden cannot break down this door. He took down a whole wall earlier.
Well, that whole wall wasn't made of pipes. It did have pipes.
But the pipes, like, they weren't even propped really by anything. It was just floor to door.
The other wall didn't have pipes.
Maybe they were lead pipes because they were all black, you know.
That's true, but it's guts,
I know,
man.
it's really,
Come
really-
on.
2 pipes is gonna hold guts, man.
Yeah.
You could have just crashed through the side of the wall.
He could
Yeah, he could have just made a new entrance, really, at that point.
Well, like 2 steps away, there was probably like an open window or something.
It just doesn't see it. Man just keeps looking at the window and looking back. It's like,
Cutman's hanging halfway through it. Come on, Gutsman! No, I've almost got it!
like, Cutman wants to tell Gutsman, but he just can't think of a pun to tell him about it. So he's just like sweating, like, I gotta think of something to tell this man. But I have no more cut puns.
It's like, we gotta cut to the...
No, that won't work.
Oh.
How do you break a window by cutting it? Oh god.
Oh man, so getting to the end of the episode, like you were saying, they get the laser, reflected because, space shenanigans.
Yeah.
And when the bad guys are exploding, and just Wily, when he's running from the explosion, this face that he makes is just, it's glorious. I don't know if you saw it, but
I don't think I did.
Oh man, go back and look at it. It was so funny.
I
It was
just
like,
remember when the
they
laser
explode.
came back, it goes through the laser cannon. And it just like hits Proto Man like dead on. And I'm just like, he's dead.
Right at that point.
He just got murdered. Like, how scary would that be to just see this laser for like 1 split second come through the wall?
And he had like a legitimate scared scream, like ah!
Yeah.
That was like the very first episode. Proto Man scream. Like, oh crap!
It was scary. And then Wily just runs. He's just like,
I know.
see you later, Proto Man.
You gotta go back and see that face. It's gonna be on the screen now, on this video, but oh man, it's just so funny.
Yeah. And then like the bad guys just kind of get away, and that's just how the episode kind of ends.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
It was a little like it ended almost abruptly to me. I don't know if y'all felt the same way after the laser happened.
Yeah, it was just like, oh no, the explosion!
And then they just
like,
retreat.
Don't worry, daughter, I forgive you. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without you. The end.
Yeah, it was a little weak at the end, but like the rest of the stuff was so funny.
It was funny,
That
yeah.
it carried
Like
it through.
you can tell that this was an episode that was like the equivalent of filler,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, the kids they love the outer space.
At least they got Crystal Man. They got Crystal Man in it.
Crystal Man was a highlight, and so and Gutsman was just on point. So
It seemed like this episode, like you could tell that they had a lot of material for it, and then later they realized, oh crap, we're already into our time, which is why the end was so like
yeah, that
cut, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Because if
they
you
just kind of like took too long getting to the point.
Yeah. Because all that really happened was like they go to space, they disarm the bomb, and then the laser gets reflected. Like if you say it like in the most simplest of terms, like that's pretty much it. All the
Yeah.
other stuff like probably could have happened different, but those were like the main highlights.
That's your 3-act structure.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it's still pretty good.
yeah, I had more fun talking about it than watching it. You know.
Yeah.
Just because it's so much fun to just laugh at the funny stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love that when we're going back for like the 5th time of Gutsman breaking down the wall, and he just like Wily is just like, I don't have the key. Gutsman, use your key.
Yeah.
And like when I was watching, I
It
was
was
like,
so good.
he's gonna punch it down. He's gonna punch it. Yeah.
It's so great. And I'm glad they didn't address the wall falling over afterwards. It was just funny. Like that's all and it just went on. That's like my favorite humor in these kind of things, where it's just like it's either the subtle things or like they usually don't have quips.
Yeah, it happens and no one acknowledges it.
Yeah.
It just kind of it's for us.
Exactly. The only
So-
ones that like still stand out though is like the "I got you" powers. Like there's always the good one-liner in each
Yeah.
episode.
I got you.
Got
And I
Got your powers. Like, yeah, I was expecting him to respond, "Wow, you're so clever, man, Mega Man. Wow, sure got me." Crystal Man should have just walked away after that. He's like, I'm done.
And from that moment, Crystal Man changed his whole manner of speaking. He's like, I don't want to be the sleazy car salesman anymore. I can't come back after that.
I can't have him turning everything around that I say into a pun. I
Yeah,
can't.
he can't just repeat me and then add words to it.
It's just Mega Man's gimmick. It's just, why did Dr. Light program him this way?
Well, he does have, the variable copy system. It applies to everything.
I wish there was an episode where, like, somehow Dr. Wily, like, found that technology, gives it to Proto Man, and all of Proto Man gets from Mega Man is his, like, really juicy one-liners. That would just be the best episode. And he goes back to the other Master Robots, and he just makes fun of all of them with, like, all the things that Mega Man could dish out. Like, that'd be so great.
Damn. Oh, man. Well, maybe that'll happen in the next episode, and you'll have to find out tomorrow. Thanks for coming on,
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
and I guess join us next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Later, everybody.